Good day, and welcome to Natural Health Dialogue. Today, our main speaker is Naturopathic Doctor Randy Lee. And, if you're like me, perhaps, maybe you're not, but I have trouble staying. I know all the right things to do, but sometimes it's hard to keep it all organized. Like my bookmarks on my browser. I have a bunch of them, but I can never go back and find the ones I was looking for.
Sticky notes.
Well, sticky notes maybe, but it could be the same way if you're talking about how you're eating and your whole naturopathic plan. And we're kind of going to go over a little bit of that today, and as much as we can in 10 minutes, right, Randy?
Yeah, and it's not going to be definitive. This is what you need to do to have nutritious food. But for this year, we're covering herbal monographs, and for so far, January through May, we've covered things to help us with preparedness, to be ready to work with our families, to be ready to prepare the foods that we need, to be prepared for anything that comes along regarding our health. For the rest
good
of
stuff
the year,
if you want to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, and they're all on the podcast and on the blogs too on the website, so you can read them or you can listen to them, either one. For the rest of the year, we're going to be covering more of how do you stay healthy? How do you make sure that you and your family are healthy? And of course, anytime we talk to people about health, the first thing that comes up is how we eat. And so today we're going to start talking about how do we eat right. And I will tell you that there's no easy answer to this, and there's no definitive answer to this. But we're going to talk about some of the concepts. Now, people who have been around me for very long at all, if we get to talking about nutritious eating, the name Joel Wallach will come up every single time. I've even done an entire blog and a podcast on Joel Wallach himself and his work. He used to write an article, or he wrote a tape many years ago called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he was talking about nutrition. Joel Wallach was nominated for the Nobel Prize in 1991 for his work in supplements for human beings. And he said that we just don't eat right and we don't understand the things that we need. Now, in his article, he documents over 90 nutrients that we need every day, over 60 minerals, some trace minerals and regular mass minerals that we need. He listed 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids, things that we need every day in our diet, and many of us don't get in our diet every day.
Right.
I also remember reading an article in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Yes, I do read that from time to time. That was talking about the fact that our food supply in America is not such that it'll support all of the nutrients that we need just by food. So they recommended taking a good quality multiple vitamin every day. He said trying to get all of the nutrients that you need is impracticable, if not impossible, to eat everything to get all of those 90 plus nutrients that you need every day in your diet. So anyway, another thing is you can watch TV for virtually no time at all, and you're going to see the pop-up on an ad offering some kind of a program for various kind of nutritional purposes.
Right.
Now, granted, most of those are for weight loss, but many of them are for general health and nutrition. And so that becomes a factor to our daily lives, is that bombarding for trying to get into good nutrition. Last month, I heralded the food preparation people now who are putting meals together, and you can buy your meals with all the ingredients and the recipe. And I really like many aspects of that. But there is one fallacy, or a couple of fallacies in that also. Remember, you select the meals that you're going to prepare, and you can get into a rut of getting the same meals over and over and over, or you can not try anything new and just buy meals that you know you'll like, and you don't ever get into how nutritious is that. I don't have any doubt that the people that put those meals together are trying to provide balanced meals, but they don't decide what you order. They don't decide how strictly you stick to the recipe, and they don't decide on what kind of nutrients your body needs. You have to be able to do that kind of stuff yourself. So we all need to be researchers. Now,
so we need like this big spreadsheet, right, for our whole life and the nutrients we take in?
Yeah, we can make it really technical. No, you could make it that technical if you wanted to do that, but that takes all the fun out of food, and it takes way too much time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to give basic guidelines of saying you need to do specific things for your health and the things that you eat to make everything work for you. We used to carry over 500 books here in the store, multiple copies of them. We actually had $23,000 worth of books back there when we decided nobody was buying them, and so we would get rid of them. But there were several books in there that were specifically for these kinds of topics. A couple of them I was going to mention. There was one called Eat Right for Your Blood Type, where they had determined that people with different blood types burned different nutrients at different levels. So they wanted you to pay attention to your blood type to make sure that you were burning the nutrients, you were having the nutrients that your body needed to burn, and that you were staying away from things that your body couldn't use.
I remember that fad.
That's a concept, and we looked at that for a while. There's one that says Eat Your Colors. I loved that book. I'd never thought about eating my colors, but the topic of the book was that every color of food has different nutrients in it. Greens contain chlorophyll and carotenoids that protect the human eyes and skin. Red foods protect from oxidative damage, especially from ultraviolet light and tobacco smoke. Among many other things, the vitamins and carotenoids in yellow and orange foods play a role in age-related macular degeneration and cataracts. White foods contain more fiber and protein and magnesium. Blue and purple foods can help to control obesity, of all things, and we could all eat more blue and purple foods in this day and age. And they also have many antioxidants that protect us from free radical damage and even cellular damage. So there are some factors to consider in making sure that your diet has foods of a variety of colors to get all the different carotenoids and all the different flavonoids, all the vitamins and minerals that you can get from your foods, rather than always doing like I did growing up. We grew up on meat and potatoes. And you know what? If you're only eating meat and potatoes, there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that you aren't getting.
Good point.
So I try to tell people, remember that there are many common anatomical traits for every one of us. Guys are guys and women are women, and our body parts have the same kinds of things in them. But that doesn't reflect on the fact that we're also different genetically. What our family genetics and the diseases that we're predispositioned for and the shortages that our nutrient loads may be part of, and then all of these books that talk about the differences in our bodies and why we need to pay attention to the different characteristics. Therefore, if you listen to this blog to come up and say, I'm going to listen to him and I'm going to get the perfect diet, well, you're going to be disappointed. I don't think there is a perfect diet that's perfect for all of us. I think really you need to do the research, and there are things that are healthy. All this stuff about colors and flavonoids, those are all helpful, but they may not be ideal just for you. So the purpose of this session is then to address that there are many nutrients that are missing from our diets, and the absence of those nutrients will affect our health and the enjoyment of life. So we need to be looking for those things. We need to be paying attention to what we're putting in our mouth. You know, when I was a kid, I remember in science class that the Food and Drug Administration put out a pyramid that was the food pyramid. And I thought that was great. It kind of balances out. You need more of these and less of these. But you know what? That food pyramid has changed at least twice in my life. New research and new food production techniques, new foods that are becoming available that weren't available to us because of they grew far, far away and we couldn't get them to us. Now we can eat from any country in the world every day. But the things like that just change. So for those of us who are healthier, we'll need to study our family histories, our genetics, our current health. We need to make judgments. Here's what I'm saying are keys. The keys will be to include better food sourcing, better food preparation, more food variety, and limiting our food intake. And, you know, Liz and I raise our own food. We raise it organically. We cook it at the house. We do everything we can good about food, but I'm still going to take a good quality multiple vitamin and mineral supplement. So I would give you that as a foundation.
I do the same thing, and I have found that there are certain supplements that work better for me. I tried a generic supplement at one point, and I don't think I could finish the bottle. I just didn't feel right after it. Then I went back to my Nature Sunshine Super Supplemental, and that's my go-to. And I can tell you, if I go off of that and I don't get a new bottle in time and I go a few weeks, I feel it.
Yeah. Our body needs those. Remember, I told you Joel Wallach said those 90 nutrients that he advertised, over 90 nutrients that he said we need. He said we need them every day.
Yeah.
And a day when you don't get them, something is not functioning properly in your body. So, yeah, absolutely.
Very good, Randy. Thank you. You summed it up well there with the better food sourcing, better food preparation, more food variety, limiting food intake, and then getting that good quality multivitamin.
I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you, Joseph.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.